Hello everyone, I'm Chris Erkley alongside me, Kyle Glazer. Welcome to your Week 8 edition of the PickEm Show. Another great lineup of games this week. First though, some big news last week on the Week 7 PickEm. We had a lot of 15-0s, so many that if you got 15-0, it wasn't good enough for the win. How frustrating could that be?
Very frustrating. Me personally, I went 13-2. And I didn't even come close to the win. I mean, that's got to be frustrating for the 15-0s because I know I'm frustrated at 13-2.
Brett Belton from San Bernardino, 15-0, leader of the pack on the tiebreaker last week. And also another guy with 15-0, I don't know if you've heard the name, David Zink.
I believe I have. He's the man who hired me.
Oh, look at that. Imagine that. Kyle, I think that's good enough for you to take him out for a nice lunch today, huh?
I'll see if I can swing him taking me out. We'll see how it goes.
There you go. All right, moving on to Week 8. We begin with Great Oak and Chaparral, a game that could be a battle for the 2 spot out there in the Southwestern League, Kyle. Right now, 55% taking Great Oak. They did have a rough game against Vista last week, but who doesn't? How do you feel?
You know, this is, I think, the hardest game of the week to pick. These are two teams that are very evenly matched, a lot of talent on both sides of the ball. I'm going against the grain on this one. I'm going with Chaparral. I just look at the Pumas' resume, the teams they've played, the teams they've beaten, barely losing to Tesoro. I just like the way the Pumas are set up for this one. But once again, I've been picking Great Oak wrong all season long, so they could very well win. This is definitely a coin toss type of game. It wouldn't be a surprise to see either team win.
Staying out there in the same league, we now have Murrieta Valley in Vista Murrieta. That game is at Vista Murrieta, 98% taking the Broncos. Kyle, it is a rivalry game, so maybe things like numbers could get thrown out the window, or is Vista just that good?
Vista is just that good. You know, Vista Murrieta, we've talked about it over and over and over again. They're the best team, not just in the Southwestern League, but in the really in the entire Inland Empire. I think that includes, the Rancho Cucamongas of the world. So Vista Murrieta, they're the comfortable winner in every Southwestern League game they play. And it has nothing to do with Murrieta Valley. Murrieta Valley is a good team that can come out and play well. It's just not going to matter. Vista Murrieta is just too big, too strong, too good, too fast.
Another game that'll have people flipping their coins like that Great Oak Shap game is the Heritage and Paloma Valley game. Right now, that is our tiebreaker game. 68% taking Paloma Valley, average score of 31-28. I let Heritage alum, former Heritage star Darius Allensworth, who's now at Cal Berkeley playing football out there, throw out a guest pick. He went 35-14. Kyle, do you think that's a bold pick? How do you feel?
I don't think it'll be that big of a difference. I am going to go with Heritage in this one. Paloma Valley, you look at their schedule. They haven't played the toughest teams. This is going to be far and away their toughest test. I think Heritage, on the other hand, having played teams like Great Oak, they're going to be a little more prepared to play a team like Paloma Valley. I also think Heritage, I just like the way they play defense a little bit better. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I think it'll be something like 41-35. I'm going to go with the Patriots to take out the Wildcats.
Moving things out to the Inland Valley League, we've got Riverside, Poly, and Valley View, two teams that are chasing Rancho Verde. Poly lost to Rancho Verde a couple weeks ago, but this game definitely could be a battle for the 2 spot. Kyle, who do you like?
I like Poly. Riverside Poly, they're no longer a surprise. You watch them play, they're good. Offense, defense, special teams, everything you want to see, athleticism, toughness. The Bears are just a really good football team, and I think from here on out, they've got to be the favorite in every game they play until you get into the playoffs, and probably even into the second round of the playoffs. They should be favored for the rest of the season.
I find myself saying this again, another game that could be a battle for the 2 spot in a different league. This is the Yucaipa and Ike game. Right now, 61% taking Ike. Kyle, do you agree?
I do agree. Eisenhower, stopped a 2-game losing skid last week. They got back on track with a comeback victory over a good Cajon team. Yucaipa lost 26-0 to Rev, 5 turnovers. The offense they're scuffling a little bit. Brandon Scott left with a concussion. That's huge, obviously. Backup quarterback Tanner Ward has been a little hit or miss. I just think Eisenhower is in a more stable position, and I think that they're just a little bit faster, a little bit deeper, and I believe Ike is at home. I think that's going to end up being a deciding factor as well.
And for all your fans, where can they find you on Friday?
It's to be determined. It's very possible I'll be at that Ike Yucaipa game. I might be at Colton Grand Terrace. We'll see, but check my Twitter feed and I'll let you know where I'll be.
Kind of like the president, he doesn't want to announce more than 24 hours in advance where he's going to be. Crowds would be out of hand, security.
On Thursday, we'll be at Citrus Valley, Notre Dame, so
there
I'll
we
be
go.
there for that one.
There we go. Maybe after that 15-0, Dave Zink may be signing autographs over at Notre Dame for that game.
He is a legend over there.
Never know. All right, Kyle, thanks for joining us. That does it for your Week 8 edition of the HS Game Time You Pick'em Show. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you out there on Friday night.